Hello, you're watching DD India and I'm Preeti, presenting you the Express News. India is celebrating the 75th Constitution Day today. President Draupadi Murmu led the celebrations at the Old Parliament Building's historic Central Hall. On November 26, 1949, the Indian Constituent Assembly formally adopted the Constitution, which came into effect on January 26, 1950. The President led the reading of the preamble to the Constitution of India during the program. The commemorative booklet, Art and Calligraphy in the Indian Constitution, was also released during the program. President also released the translated version of the Constitution in 9 languages, including Malayalam, Marathi, Nepali, Punjabi, Bodo, Kashmiri, Telugu, Odia and Assamese. Addressing the gathering, President Murmu said that the Constitution is the guiding document to shun colonial mindset and adopt nationalistic thinking. The Vice President, Prime Minister, Speaker of the Lok Sabha, members of Parliament from both the houses participated in the event. Vice President hailed the Constitution makers, saying that the document reflects the soul of the nation. Speaker of the lower house, Om Birla, also paid tribute to Chairman of the Constituent Assembly, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and India's first President, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has written to the citizens of India on the occasion of Constitution Day today, underlining the role of Constitution in guiding the nation's progress. On the anniversary of the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks, President Draupadi Murmu paid tribute to the brave soldiers who sacrificed their lives to protect the people of the country. In a social media post, the President urged every citizen to reaffirm their commitment to combat terrorism in all its forms and move forward together on the path of progress. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today inaugurated the Safon Aircraft Engine Services India facility in Hyderabad via video conferencing, marking a huge step towards the goal of self-reliance in the aviation sector. The facility is Safon's dedicated maintenance, repair and overhaul facility for leading-edge aviation propulsion engines. Prime Minister said that this new facility will help establish India as a global MRO hub, and it will also open new opportunities for the youth. Prime Minister Modi added, with strong growth, stability, talent and a welcoming investment mindset, India shows that investing in it is one of the decade's smartest decisions. Further, Prime Minister said that India's pro-reform policies and liberalised FDI regime are boosting investment, innovation and global manufacturing under Make in India. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla addressed the centenary year celebrations of the Union Public Service Commission in New Delhi. He said that the journey of the UPSC has strengthened the administrative structure of the country. The National Investigation Agency has arrested the Faridabad resident for harbouring terrorist Umar un-Nabi immediately before the Delhi terror bomb blast. The arrested individual was identified as Soeb of Dodge, a Faridabad resident. He is the 7th accused to be arrested in the case. Accused Soeb, Amir Rashid Ali were produced in Patiala High Court. In Andhra Pradesh's Vijayawada, the Central Council for Research in Ayurvedic Sciences on Wednesday launched the 2nd edition of its flagship industry research initiative, Siddhi 2.0. The Indian Navy's indigenous aircraft INS Vikrant arrived today at the port of Colombo on invitation from the Sri Lankan Navy to join the forthcoming International Fleet Review 2025. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal said that India will launch formal negotiations for a free trade agreement with the Russian-led Eurasian Economic Union in New Delhi on Wednesday. The Commerce Minister also indicated that India could soon explore a trade agreement with the Southern African Customs Union. Indian markets closed higher on Wednesday. At close, Sensex jumped 1,023 points to settle at 85,610. While Nifty surged 321 points to 26,205. Indian rupee fell 3 paise to close at 89.25 against the US dollar. Gold futures maturing on 5th of December were priced at 1,25,931 rupees per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for December 5 maturity stood at 1,58,900 rupees per kg on the MCX. Oil prices were steady on Wednesday after sliding to a one-month low in the previous session. Brent crude futures stood at $62 a barrel, while US West Texas stood at $58 a barrel. Cuba has announced new measures to boost foreign investment amid a deep economic crisis. Businesses will be allowed to operate in dollars, hire workers directly, buy property and import fuel with fewer restrictions. Despite ongoing challenges, the Cuba government has approved 32 new projects worth $2.1 billion this year. Brazil's Supreme Court on Tuesday ordered former far-right President Jair Bolsonaro to begin a 27-year prison sentence for a coup plot against his successor. Bolsonaro's supporters and critics gathered outside Brazil's federal police headquarters in Brasilia on Tuesday after the sentence, while some carried banners asking for amnesty for all political prisoners and exiles. Trump said on Tuesday that US negotiators were making progress in discussions with Russia and Ukraine, and Moscow had agreed to some concessions. Trump also said that his envoy, Steve Witkoff, would be meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow, and his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, will also be involved. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Tuesday that Kyiv was ready to advance a US-backed framework for ending conflict with Russia and its European allies. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer also said that London was ready to move with the European Union on providing financial support to Ukraine based on the value of immobilized assets. French President Emmanuel Macron also said that France will finalize with other European Union countries a solution for providing financial support to Ukraine using frozen Russian assets. President Trump has signaled a possible diplomatic talk with Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro amid a growing military escalation between the US and Venezuela. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro led a civic military march in Caracas on Tuesday. He vowed to defend the nation against imperialist threats and called for unity within the nation. Italian lawmakers on Tuesday unanimously approved a landmark bill that makes femicide a distinct crime in the country's penal code, punishable by life imprisonment. Hundreds marched through Mexico City on Tuesday to mark the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, highlighting the country's persistent crisis of gender-based killings. France's highest court was to hand down a decision on Wednesday over former President Nicolas Sarkozy's conviction for illegal campaign financing in his latest legal battle after recently being jailed for nearly a month in another case. A fire engulfed a residential building in Hong Kong's northern Thai Port district on Wednesday. Local authorities said that 4 people have died while several people are still trapped inside. UK's Finance Minister Rachel Reeves is likely to announce tens of billions of pounds of new tax increases in a budget to be announced on Wednesday. Japan hopes to build a better and comprehensive relationship with China, Prime Minister Sanai Takaichi said on Wednesday in the parliament. Takaichi on Tuesday received her first phone call from US President Trump. Trump explained the recent state of the US-China relations, including his Monday phone call with Chinese President Xi Jinping during the talks. Israeli Prime Minister's office said in a statement on Wednesday that the remains of Israeli hostage Dror Or were identified a day after Or's remains were handed over by Hamas. Under the US brokered deal between Israel and Hamas was to release all hostages it was still holding in Gaza. Tuesday's handover of Or's remains leaves 2 more hostages still held by Hamas. Taiwanese President Lai Ching-te said that Wednesday his government will propose $40 billion in additional defense spending over 8 years. Nepal's Finance Ministry has allocated approximately 5 billion rupees to the Election Commission for the upcoming House of Representatives election scheduled for March 5th next year. We're heading for a short break. Keep watching DD India.
For the longest time, we treated the Earth's resources as endless. But now the real challenge is to rethink how we use what we already have, because how we manage the environment's resources will dictate our chances of survival.
He applied finely crushed basalt rock on 2 of his 4 fields and says the difference is clear to see.
It's like a window of opportunity. For every hour we are working with this project.
The pumped groundwater is first filtered. Then it goes into a tank and is filtered again. After that, it is collected in this tank where people can access it.
We have been making handicrafts from banana plants for quite some time now. Currently, we produce around 30 products.
Jharkhand will mesmerize you with majestic nature, rich heritage and colorful culture.
Johar. It fits perfectly.
Thank you.
Full workout ho gaya.
Ready?
Postcards from Jharkhand on National Geographic.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching Express News on DD India. Ethiopia's Haile Gabi volcano has erupted after a year of rising seismic activity in the Afar region. Volcanic ash forced Air India to cancel several flights on Tuesday. Air Alaska also scrapped services to the multiple Middle East destinations due to Haile Gabi volcano. Scientists said the volcano has no recorded history of erupting before this event. Thailand has put its military in charge of relief as severe floods hit 9 southern provinces. A C-130 aircraft and naval units have been deployed with aid. In Malaysia, floodwaters up to 2 meters have killed 13 people, while other parts of the country are also inundated. Heavy rain continues to slow evacuation efforts. Floods in North Sumatra, Indonesia have killed 8 people and displaced over 2,000 residents. Several districts have been inundated for days due to extreme weather. Rescue teams are struggling with damaged roads, unstable slopes and persistent rain in Indonesia. Landslides in central Tapanuli killed 4 and flooded nearly 2,000 buildings. The death toll from heavy rains and flooding in Vietnam's central region has risen to 98, with 10 others still missing. More than 2,000 houses were damaged and 426 others collapsed. In India, Tamil Nadu braces for heavy rains as cyclone Senyar is set to form over Bay of Bengal by November 27th. Weather department warns of extremely wet conditions across the state. Heavy rainfall triggered severe waterlogging in several parts of the Thoothukudi district of Tamil Nadu ahead of cyclone Senyar. Due to continuous rainfall in the region, multiple neighborhoods, housing colonies and narrow streets have been inundated, with rainwater entering residential areas and disrupting normal movement. The International Film Festival of India enters its 7th day in coastal Indian state of Goa. The current edition witnessed a successful conclusion of Waves Film Bazaar and Creative Minds of Tomorrow's 5th edition. India celebrates National Milk Day today, marking the birth anniversary of Dr. Verghese Kurian, father of the White Revolution. The day highlights the country's progress in milk production, cooperative reforms and women-led dairying. 2 giant pandas loaned by China to France have returned home after 13 years at Zoo Parc de Bieuville, leaving behind their twin cubs born at the zoo. The Munstrum Theatre Company storms Paris with an apocalyptic reimagining of Shakespeare's Macbeth at Theatre Rond-Point. The high-energy show runs until 13 December. A Turkish artist specializing in world-renowned Iznik tiles has created a special piece depicting the ancient walls of Nicaea and its historic landmarks. The artist hopes to present the gift to Pope Leo XIV during His Holiness's visit to the city this week for the 1700th anniversary of the First Ecumenical Council. The bodies of the 2 climbers, including 1 American, have been recovered after they fell to their deaths while attempting to summit New Zealand's highest peak, Mount Cook. The climbers were part of a guided group of 4, 2 New Zealand-based guides and 2 clients when they fell from a ridge on Mount Cook. Australia's Marine Science Agency is testing an AI-guided deployment guidance system to precisely release juvenile corals onto damaged sections of the Grand Barrier Reef. Researchers in Israel are using artificial intelligence to unlock secrets from the world's largest collection of medieval Jewish documents, Cairo-Geniza. The Cairo-Geniza, the biggest collection of medieval Jewish documents in the world, has been the object of countless hours of study by scholars for more than a century. Farmers in the Democratic Republic of Congo struggle to feed the fast-growing megacity of 17 million people and amid impoverished soils, cheap food imports and urban expansions swallowing farmland. The 30 belugas at Canada's Marineland, inactive since the park closed in summer 2024, are at the centre of a political and media storm after management raised the possibility of euthanasia. A Northern Irish council has voted to rename a street in Carrickfergus that honoured Britain's disgraced former Prince Andrew, becoming the first UK council to drop his name following King Charles III stripping him of public duties. The Spanish riding school in Vienna has welcomed 7 young Lipizzaner foals born between 4th and 29th of July 2017. The public can admire them daily at Vienna Park and watch their traditional classical dressage training. In entertainment updates, the makers of the 2025 Venice Film Festival winning docudrama The Voice of Hind Rajab have released its official trailer. The film is set to hit theatres on December 17th. American rapper 50 Cent's highly anticipated docuseries Jean Combs, The Reckoning, has launched its premiere date. The series will stream starting December 2nd. French actress Eva Green has joined the cast of Netflix's Wednesday for its 3rd season. She will play Aunt Ophelia, who was briefly seen in the final seconds of the season 2 finale. American actor and comedian Anthony Anderson will host Netflix's upcoming reboot of the iconic talent show Star Search. The series premieres on Netflix on January 13th next year. The United Kingdom dominated the 53rd International Emmy Awards, winning 7 awards across categories. Anna Maxwell Martin bagged Best Actress for her powerful performance in the series Until I Kill You. Ajay Devgan's starrer De De Pyar De 2 has collected 64.95 crore rupees in 12 days at the Indian box office. The film retained nearly 20% of its screens due to the underwhelming response to the new releases. Farhan Akhtar's war drama 120 Bahadur saw minimal growth on its 5th day at the box office. The film collected 1.5 crore rupees on Tuesday, bringing its total to 13 crore rupees. Bollywood film Masti 4 has performed poorly in its first 5 days, earning only 10 crore rupees net in India. The film is heading towards a huge box office disaster. Filmmaker Karan Johar attends the London screening of his acclaimed drama Homebound. This follows similar events in Los Angeles and New York City, where executive producer Martin Scorsese hosted the event. Actor Vijay Sethupathi has wrapped up the shooting for his upcoming Pan-India project directed by Puri Jagannath. The film is scheduled to release next year. India's bid to host the 2030 Commonwealth Games is set to be formally approved at the Commonwealth Sport General Assembly in Glasgow today. The Indian city of Ahmedabad has been recommended as the host city for the multi-sports tournament by Commonwealth Board Executive Board. Spinner Simon Harmer took 6 wickets as South Africa romped to victory by 408 runs in the second test against India in Guwahati. World Test champions South Africa completed a 2-0 series sweep to record their first series win in India in 25 years. ICC has announced the scheduled draws and groups for the Men's T20 World Cup next year. The tournament will begin on 7th of February with India and Sri Lanka acting as co-hosts. The final will be played on 8th of March. Defending champions India will open their campaign against the US in Mumbai on 7th of February. Injured pace spearhead Josh Hazlewood bowled in the nets as a major boost for Australia ahead of the second Ashes test against England next week. The T20 Cricket Franchise League in India, Women Premier League, is set for the mega auction for the 4th season on November 27th. The 2025 FIDE World Cup champion will be determined by rapid and blitz rounds today in Goa after both classical games between Vigi and Jawahir Sindarov ended in draws. The FIFA has announced the draw procedure for the 2026 World Cup, keeping the top 4 seeded countries apart until the semi-finals. Portugal superstar Cristiano Ronaldo can play in the opening matches of the FIFA World Cup 2026 after FIFA gave him a suspended ban following a red card. Manchester City suffered a second straight defeat and their first Champions League home loss in 7 years as Bayer Leverkusen stunned them 2-0. Chelsea rolled back their years with a commanding UEFA Champions League display. They thrashed Barcelona 3-0. Former Wimbledon finalist Nick Kyrgios has signalled his intention to play the next year's Australian Open by signing up for the Kooyong Classic warm-up exhibition event. That brings us to the end of Express News. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.